Alyssa Nykel here to hang out with you and do some .NET fun, hopefully. Hopefully it's fun and not a headache. We're going to be working, trying to get something deployed to the App Store because I am doing Dev Up in St. Louis. I'm going to be doing my MAUI talk again. And the last time I tried to get something deployed to the App Store, I got rejected multiple times and it was very soul crushing. But I just want to get something live on both stores so that when I go to DevUp, I can actually show like, yes, this is the process of deploying JavaScript applications with like MAUI-Blazor Hybrid wrapper, but like here's an actual live one. And I'm hoping I'm far enough in advance because I know the app stores with reviews can be kind of picky and lengthy. So the goal is to get many things deployed because I would have many different examples of like using the APIs and things, but I was thinking, so the first hurdle is when I tried to deploy my Ponies app, my Tour of Ponies app. And actually I have that up somewhere. Let me show you all. I'm using Arc. It's so cool. The browser. I'll show it to you. Let me get Netlify, put it in a bucket. Am I signed in? I am not signed in. All right, so let me show you the Ponies app and then we can talk through the problem. So this is my Netlify. I'm going to make it bigger. I think this is the live website. Did I just custom domain, site configuration? There's like view live somewhere, I think. Oh yeah. It's a really, really sexy URL that I was like, who needs to change that? Nobody, because it's perfect. Okay, so this is the app that I will one day eventually get deployed, hopefully, to the App Store. What happened, you say? What happened? Well, this is my Tour of Heroes app turned Tour of Ponies, and I was like, cool, let's get this to the App Store. It's my favorite demo app. I love it. I use it all the time. Let's do it. The first hiccup was I got rejected from the Apple App Store because I'd actually used demo in the description and they don't allow demo applications on the App Store. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I was like, So then I tried to deploy it to the App Store without the word demo in it, right? I was like, I actually described what it's doing of like cataloging the ponies and giving you a chance to check out these components, et cetera, without the word demo. And then it got pinged because of copyright issues. And so then I reached out to Hasbro, the owner of My Little Pony, and I said, hey, could I get some special like permissions to actually have this app on the App Store? You followed me. I haven't even blue skied yet. What the frick is the term if we're not saying tweeted? Posted? I haven't even posted yet. That's so funny. I should post something. Hang on. We'll say new post. Let's say hello world. Get it because it's my first post. It's funny. Okay. Back to this. So I think I just need to throw out anything that has potential copyright issues. Obviously, we're not going to use the word demo. We're going to try to skirt around any issues foreseen by shipping to the App Store because we want something live. How do here's what I was thinking we should do, just to like quickly do it. We either take like a simple to-do app, because I know there's like, let's do this one. Let's look up do JavaScript app. I think there's like one that's like done in every language, right? To do MVC. Yeah, it's done in like, it's even in freaking AngularJS. Holy crap. Knockback. So many. Is it in Angular though? Not just JS? Elm. Good God. I had someone come up to me, and if you were watching this stream and you're the person that came up to me, it's totally fine. It didn't freak me out at all. But he was like, have you heard the good news about Elm? And I was like, the tree? And then I was preached at about Elm, the language. I cannot believe this. Is there really not an Angular version of this? How is this? Anyways, so we could take this, or we could take a demo application AngularJS not cool. It's not that it's not cool. It's just like deprecated, and the only people who support it work at Hero Devs with Mike. Say hi, Mike. Mike supports AngularJS and other pastured frameworks at Hero Devs. So if your company is looking for long-term support, check out Hero Devs today. Random pitch. A Monty Python reference. Ooh, the lark is the tree for true believers. Angular, never heard of it. No, and actually, for this one, we can just deploy any JavaScript app. It doesn't have to be, but it does have to have, I would like for it to have some sort of functioning bit, not just to be static. Because I just feel like the App Store is going to ping me for that. They'd be like, there's only text on this. Like, I really, truly believe it has to do something in order to get past the kickbacks headed your way. Okay, but seriously, I feel like, oh, there it is, Angular 2.0. I was like, how is this not a thing? Okay, so we could clone this down. Hello. And another, this is like, could also add some more contrast because blind girls like me, oh, I can't read any of this. I so light. I mean, I guess it's pretty, but it's also really hard to read. So this is built with Angular 2, so we could pull her down. There's also, let's pull her. How do I do this? Do I go back? I'm still learning Arc a little bit. So we're going to put her over here. And then on this screen, we're going to look up our other option, which is, since I will be, I'm all the time trying to talk about Kendo UI. So anytime I can slip it in, the better, right? So I could use one of our demo apps. And you're like, why aren't we building our own app? We could, but I think the goal of this mini series is just to get something deployed. Like, I want to see something live in both stores and the Microsoft store if we can. Surely you can deploy to the Microsoft store with Microsoft's product, right? Because like they made MAUI. It would be really hard to believe if you couldn't. You know what I bet it is? I bet I'm actually gonna have to go upstairs and get on the Windows machine to do that though. I don't think you can, at least whenever I was looking into it, I don't think you could do it with a Mac before. But there's a new extension for MAUI on Visual Studio for Mac. And so I'm wondering if maybe that fixed some of the issues. Okay, let's go to demos. I need to find Angular first though. So we'll go to the Angular product, and then, just because it's what I know the best, not because I'm partial, which I am totally partial. Everything you need to know, Angular, blah, blah, full library components. We're gonna go, is it down here? That's all the components. We're gonna go all the way to the footer. Holy mother of, there they are. I was like scrolling for days. So there's like a fintech app. There's a charting app. I want to pick one that's like JSP. I don't even know what JSP is. What is JSP? Who are you? Launch UI demo for this one. Stock portfolio. Oh God, that sounds so boring. Grid live data. Let's run this sample app and see. Because see, what I'm wondering is if this is actually live data, like for realsy plugged into, because I don't think it is. I think it's going to be very obvious this is a demo app, and the App Store will be like, abso-freaking-lutely not. Whenever I see the term modern, I can't help thinking in 5 years it'll be considered old and boring. It's just one of those buzzwords to me where I'm like, I don't know. There's many of them, like in our industry, as you know, and modern is definitely one of them where I'm like, okay, I don't think we can use that one. I think it would need to be plugged in with live data for us to get past the App Store. So I think what the easiest route is going to be to take this to-do app, rewrap it with like our own styles, maybe. We could build our own, but I would freaking love to get something shipped today. What's like the simplest thing that you can do that you can count as functionality? Oh, a button that like increments maybe. Hey Zach, you've shipped things to the App Store. Do you think I could get away with like a button that just adds 1 to an integer? Do you think they'd let me ship it? He's laughing at me right now. Hang on. Stay tuned.
Sounds like a demo app.
Oh my god, it's not a demo app. It's an app for counting your.
You have to sell it as an educational thing for kids.
I have to sell it as an educational thing for kids?
Yeah, learning how to count numbers.
Oh my god.
What number comes next?
Fuel just asked, wasn't one of the first apps on the iPhone just a big red button that was really expensive? Was it? Okay, let's make a counting app for children. Do we even need to use JavaScript? We kind of do, because that's the whole point of this. Okay.
Yes, make it for children.
Make it for children. Okay, thank you, Zach. Okay, we are now into educational children's content. Welcome. So we need to make an app quickly in Angular and get that puppy wrapped. Let's go to, first let's close down Camtasia. Don't save. I was giving my friend a tour, and then we can go ahead and quit Chrome. RIP. We love you, Chrome. But also, I am holding Q. But also, we're on Arc these days. Okay. An accounting app for children. Okay. We need, and I'm going to actually, this is like not to do stuff. I need like a blank slate. We need like an actual, yeah, you're my blank slate. Terminal. And would you like to update? Always. I love Oh My ZSH. She's so pretty. I do have Oh My ZSH swag, but I do take bribery. If you want to be friends, you can buy me Oh My ZSH swag. We're going to develop, and then we're going to go into, what do I got? What do I got? Do I have anything that's relevant? No. So, yeah, no. We're going to make a dir called Pluralsight for kids. I used to work for Pluralsight. Like, not just like I was an author who was like paid by them, not that. Like I was like, they bought my company and then we were owned by Pluralsight. Make dir, what is the thing? Yeah, we'll just call it kids content. That's totally legit, right? I don't know. Maybe you all have a better one and I can totally actually pull up. Make dir totally not a We're doing that one. That one is so much better. Although I got to make sure it doesn't like, seep into the actual app when I make it, but it won't because this is just a wrapper directory. So, RM, RF, kids, because, clean up after ourselves, and then make dir exactly what contents, what Mike said. What did he say? Totally not a demo app. Yeah. Hey, Smab, good to see you. Totally not a demo. Yeah, this makes me so happy. CD into, did I spell totally wrong? Like, how do you spell totally? Two L's? It doesn't look right at all. And GNU, although my Angular CLI, how do I find out what my Angular CLI version is? I just pressed NG and I'm waiting for it to yell at me. It's not a command. It should be a command. NG. Oh, I see. I have to actually put help. That's ridiculous. I should just do it if I don't say anything. I just want to make sure that we're up to date because I want to be using like the actual flipping latest bits. So I think I have to like something about updating CLI, NG add, analytics build, NG version. This is my global CLI version 16.0. What's the latest? I know 17's not out yet, but I'm sure there's been partial releases. Oh my god, Mike! But it's updating global. Why would I do that? Angry see the latest new. Just for the app? Why wouldn't we want to update global? Because you don't, Mike, I don't understand. Like, we don't want to be on the latest everywhere? Also, this is like a really good, this is way you don't need a global installation. Oh. Some people like global installations. But okay. I'm going to make sure I make a note of this somewhere that I'll remember it. We're going to screenshot it because my flow is to do it globally. And so if I should actually, to-dos. So I'm working with someone who's helping me just in life in general and, like mental health, but then also with my ADHD. And she like revolutionary things that she has said to me are not that revolutionary, but they've actually helped me quite a bit. And one of them was like, just actually use reminders, like how they're supposed to be used and like put your whole life in there. And that's really been helping me a lot. So, Mike said you don't need a global installation of Angular. Weird. And then I'll look into that because I want to know like when and why. And also I can't flipping put a screenshot into reminders. That's going to be a hindrance. We're going to just put it on the desktop then, I guess. But instead, updates are evil and break everything. Mike, yeah, I'm gonna put hashtag call Mike on that reminder, and then whatever random day it comes and pings me, I'll be like, Mike. Okay. Also, NVM hates me for having a weird name. Yeah, why would it hate you for that? What's like Fuel or Snabble or even different name from Fuel Snabble? What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna try to put the screenshot in here. Is that it? That's not it. Is that it? That's not it. Good God. Good God, Alyssa. I don't know. It's gone. Gonna clean it by kind. Because what I wanted to do was use the copying to do this sexy bit. God, was it OCR or? Okay. So let's go back over to the terminal and then npx Angular CLI latest new app name. App name is going to be pre-K counting. Because you can never have enough hyphens in your app names. Sure. Ooh, yeah. Like I'm all about installing that CLI. Get it done. Okay. I'm going to try to plan ahead so that we're not waiting on things. The next step is going to be creating a new MAUI application, which makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit because things have changed so much from the time I last made a MAUI application that it makes me like kind of want to hyperventilate, but we're going to get through it and it's totally going to be fine. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so that I can get rid of this screenshot. It's open back here. Like, get away. MAUI application. I think the first step that we need to do is open Visual Studio and get updated on our .NET-y bits. Oh, so much nausea. I just don't want it to be hard, and sometimes .NET's scary and hard, but it could totally be fine and make us not cry today, so it's gonna be fine. We're gonna... Zach's over there going... because .NET makes him cry every day, but that's because he refuses to wallow in it with me. He wants to be a JavaScripter forever. Wallow is the right word, yes. How do I update my .NET stuff? There's got to be an easier way to do this. Hola, code with Sean, como es that one word or two words? Oh my God, you guys are so fluent. I love it. Hi, code with Sean. That's how you do it. Have you tried double hyphens? That is how you do it. We need to update to the latest .NET on Mac. And please don't be hard. Because I swear, I think .NET changes more than JavaScript does. Although it just feels like that. Like maybe it's because JavaScript's less scary. Download .NET Core. Okay, so we're going to do, apologies if all of this is old school news to you all, and feel free to yell at me for the speedier version. How to check .NET version on Mac. .NET.info. That's legit, or .NET -info. Oh my God, the text is so big. I have to make it smaller. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, who's installed version 7.0.2. Okay, cool. And then we got to get my to-do list out of the freaking flow here. Go away. Go over by Blue Sky. And then the next question is, what is the latest version of .NET? For Mac? I don't think it matters, but maybe it does. That was 7, but 7 point freaking what? And that was in June, and we are now in July. So Mac 7, it's just 7.0. There's no way that's the latest. Don't they do like partial versions or whatnot? .NET, ooh, -- version. Let's try that one. Yee! Does that do the same thing as info? I almost said .NET. That'd be funny. Version. So everything is -- version apparently. 7.0.102. Is there a thing if I just do .NET, like, will it tell me? Nope. It wants me to everybody actually wants me to spell out the word help, which is just so much effort from me. All right, where's update or something? Download. Whatever. It's like the exact same as what Mike just said, except for without the npx, and it's just like more like clean format help. Publish, remove, restore, run. What I mean, like, if there has been, I know we're on 7, but like if there has been updates, like I'm gonna freaking want it, especially because we're on a Mac, and that means that like any of the latest, smallest, tiniest bits that they did for the Mac, we need it. I don't know how to update. Maybe chat's told me already, and I'm poor. What? Poor little 4-letter word is help. Okay, it is a lot. It's a lot. Not just for .NET. When I typed NG for Angular, I wanted it to just do the help screen and not have to. There's a help flag. Obviously, I need help if I put nothing else behind it, right? Like, are you tired by the time you finish typing .NET? I'm tired by the time I finish typing NG. Okay. There's got to be. Let's just look up the. Well, I don't want to do it. Actually, I don't want to do it through the terminal. Install on Mac OS. Download .NET Core. Oh, .NET 8 in preview. Hot beans, July 11th. Whoa. And 7.0.9, which is further than the version we just saw. Wow, they already have the end of support date listed. That's like really on top of it. NG takes a coffee break, complains about long command. On a Windows, you can do / instead, maybe on a Mac as well. Ooh, you can do /question, like .NET this, or .NET this, or .NET this, or maybe you meant. You're gonna have to tell me which one you meant. Maybe you. Nope. I think I tried all the combos I could think of. Okay. Yeah, we want to be on preview. Whatever the latest is what we want. Zach, am I ARM, or do you remember? Am I ARM 64? Freaking can't remember. Okay. You think so? Obviously not on Mac. It's Mac. Gotcha. Okay. About this Mac, let's go find out. And this is why I made it a 4-part series, people, because it's going to take a hot second for me to get this deployed. Apple M2, Mac M1, and M2 are ARM processors. God bless you, Code with Sean. M1 and M2 are ARM processors. So that means, since I'm M2, that means I am one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to click on the binaries, installers. I'm going with installers. Oh my God, that was so cute. Did you see Ark's little animation to put it in the install bucket? That was so cute. It's downloading. Do you like your M1, Sean? Okay. Continue. Change the location. Absolutely not. I don't mind. My insanely long password required by my work changes every 6 weeks. Freestyle coder. I mean, you could be a real coder and press up 800 times until you found the last time you typed it. Yes, I'll get into these. Sure, move it into the trash. To these, okay, right now I'm doing .NET, and so it's safe to press the up key, or okay, right now I'm doing Angular or JavaScript or whatever, but like it's such a mix right now. I have not been doing it long enough to have these commands. I know we'd be here for a while. I had to learn Mac, said Code with Sean. That was more tiring than typing .NET, but yes, I like it. However, there's some gotchas. Okay, we installed it. So we have the latest .NET version. I think our next step is going to be, do we have the latest Visual Studio? Also, I was going to try to find copyright-free music that we could play. If someone sends me a playlist, I'll totally play it. I don't have my legit Bose headphone speaker though, but if I think of where it is, I'll play it on my phone or something. Maybe we can all hear it from my phone. You can't run a SQL server in a container on the Mac M1, M2. Thankfully, SQL Edge is enough for when I need it. Oh, I didn't know that. Do you think it will, like, one day we'll be able to do that, or no, because of the nature of Macs and SQL containers? Okay, we downloaded that, but I don't know if we did all the things we were supposed to do with it. Moved it to the trash. Now if I go and say, bigger version. Hey! Hot success, we did it. Okay. Now for the packages. Download or update maybe latest version of MAUI-Blazor. I don't know if I need to specify. I think I need to specify. Build .NET blah, blah, version 7 of this article announcing .NET MAUI in 8 preview 5. GitHub releases. I've been doing a bunch of Docker stuff at work. Ooh. Oh. That's not what I wanted. But let's go and say 8.NET MAUI on Mac. Maybe that'll do it. Do you have what I need? Sudo.NET workload. That's what we need. We need the workload. All right. I don't know what an up buffer is either. Just assumed it was one of those terms I was supposed to know, but that I don't know. Sudo.NET workload install MAUI. Yeah, I feel comfortable running that. That sounds totally legit. Password? Because I ran sudo. Yeah, right. Password. What's the worst that could happen? I think I totally messed up my password. It's gonna take me a minute before it tells me that it messed up my password. Let's go check on our Angular app. Okay. Would you like routing? Not for this one. No, CSS is fine. Grading, pre-K counting. Maybe, I was gonna say, maybe we'll like spell out the number as well, but then that's like a dependency, surely, that somebody's made that I'd have to like download because the goal is to make it super simple, like a super simple app, but not so simple that it doesn't pass the app stores. And hopefully we don't get into like issues with Zach. Since we're making kid content, is there anything special that you have to think of when you're making applications for children? Like, is it more rigorous to get approved from the App Store?
Maybe.
Oh my God. Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be more rigorous to get approved from the App Store, which is the opposite of what we need. We need something that goes through quickly. Frick, Zach.
How else you get an incrementing button?
Well, it doesn't have to be an incrementing button. I just need the most basic thing that can pass the App Store quickly. Okay. But we can always try to deploy this. And if it takes too long, do like a reskin of a to-do app or something. We can do an app meant for deviants and malcontents. That should go through quickly. The app can turn the IP address of the client into an integer and run fizzbuzz on that number. What is fizzbuzz? Oh my gosh, it's funny. Oh, up buffer for hitting the up arrow. Okay. Okay, we were doing multiple things and I was supposed to be ls. Okay, so pre-K counting is our actual application. So let's go get her running. You got to be able to build her and put her inside of the Maui app that doesn't exist yet. So let's cd into per key counting ls. Looks like an Angular app to me. We're going to open it in VS Code because I'm absolutely not a monster. Therefore, I will not be doing JavaScript in Visual Studio, but I will be doing .NET in Visual Studio. So 2 IDEs for us. Okay. Let's get rid of the templating. Actually, let's run her. Make sure she's like, do I need npm install? I feel like yes, even though I just created her. Maybe the npm install was already part of that process. Oh, well, I did it again. Serve. Let's check her out. Make sure she actually runs. She's legit. Would you like always? I wish I could just opt in for every project ever created on this computer. I bet there's a way to do that. Okay, so it's going to serve that up. Let's check on our .NET side. Successfully installed workloads. Shut up. Seriously? It just updated them and they're just there and we're on .NET 8 preview and like we're living the hot dream. Okay, Visual Studio. We need to check out Visual Studio because most people do this kind of stuff in the IDE. Most people who aren't on a Mac, but they got like a new extension. I just don't know how to use that new extension. MAUI-Blazor app C#. What is the difference? Yes, this is the one we want. We definitely need the Blazor so that we have the web view. Oh, well, pickles. Pickles indeed. Oh, I bet .NET is one of those things that they don't really just love you to be on the cutting edge. Maybe they really want me to be with version 7. We can try it with this unless you guys know how to like override it. Project name. Pre-K counting wrapper app pre-K counting wrapper pre-K counting. Although this will go. Zach, does the project name go on the App Store? Because that's like the solution name and stuff. I think it does.
Will be, yeah.
Okay, so wrapper can't be in it. Maybe we'll just name this one counting. No. Can I have 2 things named the same thing in a folder? I don't think Mac will. Frick. Okay. We got to go back and fix this real quick then. Oh, compiled successfully though. Someone's buzzing me. It's your mother. Can you make sure your grandpa's still alive, Zach? Everyone's fine. Okay. localhost 200. It works. It works. It's living and breathing, and it has links. Sexy. Okay. Fizzbuzz. Ooh, there's Fizzbuzz. What is Fizzbuzz? Because I was in shock. Also because I decided to play a level of Mario Kart while I'm waiting on the Docker build. Fizzbuzz rules. Number 1. Wait, list number 1 to 102 when the number is evenly divisible by 3, print fizz. When the number is evenly divisible by 5, print buzz. Who made this? Is this some kind of weird game? 4, when evenly divisible by 3 and 5, print fizz buzz. This is such a weird 5 when you have a number like 15. Only fizzbuzz should be seen and not the results of 3 and 5 individually. Just like a really fun math coding problem. I gotcha. I've never heard of this before. Where did you hear? Like, is this like a comp sci thing? And I wasn't cool enough to like get a comp sci degree, just like a web degree, and that's why I don't know about this. Like, what? It's in an infamous whiteboard coding exercise. That sounds like so much fun. Actually, that's like an amazing idea that I'm going to put on. Where the heck is my reminders? Okay. For content ideas, I'm going to put white. Is whiteboard one word? Whiteboard episode. And then we're going to do a Fizzbuzz challenge and like maybe have like this one. It would have to be like, did I spell the word challenge wrong? It'd have to be in person with other fun coders, but like I can imagine doing like the stream like at a conference or something. It'd be so much fun. I mean, like nobody likes live coding, so why not put it on the stream? Nobody likes whiteboard live coding, so let's put it on stream. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'm a fun coder. Heck yes. Are any of you going to be at anything? I'm going to be at St. Louis at DevUp, and I'll be in DevReach, of course, in Bulgaria. And there's some in-between things. I think I applied for a conference that's going to be at Disney. Is it Dev Intersection in the fall? I don't know if I got in yet. It also used to help teach test-driven development. I don't know next time I'll be allowed to travel. Who's the, is it work that's not allowing you to travel, or family, or just personal convictions about the airlines of the world? Family. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's why everyone is always asking me like, when are you having another kid? And I'm like, oh, when I'm ready to quit this job, because every time I travel, my husband's a single parent for long amounts of time. And I feel like that'd be really uncool to give him another kid and then continue to do. And so it shuts people up pretty quickly, because it's just not a question you ask somebody. Like, I don't know. I guess people don't know that that's a sensitive question. But in case you didn't know, when are you having your next child is a sensitive question. Mrs. Streamer, I'd love to give a conference talk with you. Oh my God. Mike, but also Alyssa, all up in your biz. Mike, but also we should do whiteboard coding like on stream, but like live. We'd have to like point the camera at a whiteboard and like inverse it or something. I just feel like it'd be really fun because I'm so astronomically bad at whiteboard coding, but then to like add the stress of being on a stream, I feel like it could do nothing but be amazingly awful. I need to rename my Angular application because it has a conflict with my .NET application. Use an online whiteboard. Oh, virtual whiteboard. Oh my God, you guys are so smart. I'm like, but how funny would that be if we're like actually pointing at a physical whiteboard? May I have a brave question, pretty please? Always. Don't rename it, just regen a new one. Oh, because of all the places that would change. Mike, has anyone ever told you how much I love you? So much love. Okay, I got to make this not exist anymore. CD ls We're going to do the up fizz buzzing thing that somebody mentioned. Okay, I can't do it. RM-RF pre. Is it going to do it? Did it do it? Did it happen? It did it. Okay. ng new. Oh, wait. No. Mike said MPX. But now I have the new version of Angular, but I still have to do it every time. So I'm going to go up for that command. Yes. And instead of pre-key counting, we're going to say JavaScript. Don't hate me. I don't freaking know. If you've got a better idea, then say it. I really got to drink water. I haven't had any water today. This is your reminder if you're watching this stream to drink water. Like take a little sip because like crap. I gotta stay hydrated. Routing. I really want routing, even though we do not need routing for this. I just route to the button. Like doesn't make sense. We don't need it. Just say no, Alyssa. Just say no to routing. I love routing so much, and it's getting so cool with all the like moduleless stuff. And I just want to play with my routes and my lazy loading modules and all those really cool bits. Mike, we should have a routing stream where we just generate routes together. Oh, people probably don't love Angular as much as I do. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. Ooh, let's test out that thing that I was wondering about whenever we generate, if we don't need npm install, because does it run npm install whenever it creates? I don't think it does. I think we're going to get in trouble, but let's go ahead and try to serve it up without running npm install and see. Find out. Always. Generate that browser. I think it's gonna do it. I don't think we need npm install after you first generate. But maybe Mike's already answered this question. 10-minute stream. No, Mike. There's so much fun to be had in routes. So exciting. Oh my God, did you see that? JavaScript just popped in. That's because this, like, once it served and compiled successfully, it updated in my little browser here. There we go. You heard it here first. ng new does install. Package install successfully. Does it? Does it actually say that? Hang on, we're going to scroll up and prove that it actually... Where did this happen? So it's like creating the actual app, which is what I knew about. Oh, there's that little line. It sneaks it in after all the creations. I love it. Okay. So now we need to go back to our... Oh, wait, what? I want to meet Zach one of these days. We're close enough. You'd think we would have met by now. He is your... Okay, so the people like Code with Sean or Mike or, I mean, like really any of you are in this like unique intersection of developers that are not, I wouldn't say extrovert, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say not physically pained by the outside world. Whereas my husband and like 98% of all other developers are like, you know, it's like pulling teeth. So I think once my son is older, he will travel more and be more open to meeting other developers. Just because I'm gonna like, you have no excuse, like you have to go. But he's very traditional in his let's stay at home tonight and play Destiny. And I'm like, it's totally fine with me. I don't have social anxiety. That's one of the few anxieties that I don't have. So, but I still feel sympathy for people who do. Totally not a demo. Okay, what were we doing? We need to make the wrapper app, but we're not going to do it in terminal this time. We're going to try to do it. I'm like, there you go, Visual Studio. Because this one is going to be in the App Store. So we're going to name it Pre-K Counting. Mother of God projects. It always tries to put it in a weird spot because I guess that's like the usual flow for people. I don't know. On Windows, I want it to go into development and I need to make that the default. And then I want it to go into our totally not a demo app. Because just for easy, like obviously it doesn't have to go there. Once we bundle the JavaScript app, I'm going to throw that into the MAUI app and it could be in projects, but I always like whenever I'm like hunting back, if I like put the wrapper app and like the actual JavaScript app next to each other, like at least for Alyssa's brain, it's like Visual Studio 20 is now available. Yes. No, I wanted that like 10 seconds ago before I created the app is when I wanted that. Oh, mother of God. I think we're going to have to recreate that, but that's totally fine. It's totally because our downloads, did it go into downloads? It's like reads sideways because it's, maybe I could just click on it. Double click it? No. Yes. I don't know. This one. I found it. Okay. Should we quit Visual Studio? I'm sure it's probably an entirely different application, but we shall quit it nonetheless. Visual Studio installer for Mac. Yes, I trust this thing. Just warming up warm up the registers. Thank you for downloading. Anytime. Okay. I hate this part. It's like I'm assuming most people are pretty cool with like answering this question, but to me, it's very like, it wants me to know what I'm ever going to be interested in, and I could never limit myself to one thing. So then I end up installing everything and it takes freaking forever. Okay, we know for sure we're going to need the multi-platform bits. Since MAUI-Blazor uses Blazor, and this has a little Blazor logo next to it, I don't think we're going to be doing TV, so I think we can skip that. macOS Cocoa, I mean, we want that, I think, although that's different than what we're doing currently, but we don't want to wait on it, so we'll download that later. Android for sure, iOS, yes, it did that. Okay, cool. Smells good. Zach, what are you eating? Shredded beef queso broccoli. That's a mouthful. It's almost 2 p.m. here. We like to lunch very late. This is an early lunch. Yeah. We try to hit 3 o'clock. What did guacamole say? If you hadn't added 15 unnecessary libraries, are you really developing? Yes, plug your user group, please. Meets tonight and it's on .NET Performance. That's awesome. Send me a link and I'll pull it up. Get to know Zach by watching. Yes, we did do an Angular Air episode, and I got Zach to come on and talk about our frame. It was last Friday. Was it last Friday? No, 2 Fridays ago. And he talked about our frameworks really needed, and it was a really good episode. I really liked it, and I was super proud of him for braving the storm. That's not what I wanted. Is it .com? It is .com. And then we can go to the YouTube channel from there because I am inefficient. So this one, the cost of dependencies. Do we need frameworks? It was a really good episode. I lost you all, and I don't know where you went. Are you over here? Nope. Over here? I found you. Awesome. Thanks, CodeWishon. We're going to do that weird thing where I take a screenshot so that I can click on a link because I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to open up Twitch. Actually, that download. She's chunky. I think I already have Twitch up so we can click on it. Excellent. Look at us go. We're so special. So if you didn't know, I'm in Tulsa in Oklahoma, and CodeWishon is also, and he runs a user group, and it's meeting tonight, and it's on .NET Performance. So the link is in the chat. Please check it out. RSVP if you can make it. I think it's at the college, right? I'm trying to find the location. Attendance, photos, similar events. It's at a college. It's fancy and downtown, and it looks really cool. And I can't think of the name of the building. Did he say? Oh, it's virtually only. Virtual only. Even easier to make it. You don't have to go downtown or be in Tulsa. that download, she's chunky. It is. The downloads are coming. I know, President. But I mean, it's going faster than I expected it to go. But here's what we have to do in preparation of it finishing. We have to delete that application and I don't know. I just feel like going into my Finder and then going into that folder and then deleting it isn't actually going to delete it, because I feel like when you do .NET-y things, it like has its bits in all the places and it's not actually just in the one directory that you told it to generate an application. But I could totally be wrong. Maybe right-clicking this and deleting it is going to behave like any other project I've ever worked in. Let's find out. Totally not a demo. Why is that in the top? That's bizarre. Are these not alphabetical? So pre-K counting was, if I like go in here, you can see, because there's a solution, so you know that's not JavaScripty. That's obviously .NET-y. But then as you go further, you can see like there's a root, www root, because this is a web app that's shipping to mobile stores. But I spoke to the group recently. Oh, I did. Oh, there's the link. That was in person though. I had to think about it. I was like, we were not virtual people. We were real people with legs. Let's right click and delete this, and hopefully that actually, I don't know. I feel like I've done this before, and if you like don't do it through the IDE, it gets grumpy. But I deleted it and I emptied my trash, so there's like no going back. It was both. Oh, it was both. Okay. So we're installing that. That's 75%. Excellent. We cleaned up our application. We only have the Angular app. Let's clean up the Angular app while we're waiting on the .NET app. I was like, I know there's something else we could be doing right now. There's always something else you can be doing right now. So this one is not a real application. We deleted it. This one, I like to use John Papa's Peacock extension, command palette, Peacock, and we're going to change it to green. That sounds fun. Probably should have done red because it's an Angular app. We did green because we like to pretend we're Vue. No. That way, whenever I'm switching between IDEs, I know like it's an easier brain context of like, where am I? I'm in my JavaScript app. So every time I open this app, it has like a little configuration object that tells it to make it this color. So let's do it. Let's go and clean this up. Source app. The HTML has a lot of chunky goodness, which is what we saw when we pulled up localhost right here, which we don't need any of it. So thank you so much for everything. And we're going to say, we'll have an H1 that says, learn to count. Yes. We're so excited. We like lots of colors on our background. And then a button with plus. And then should it be a P with a frick number? Oh, I feel like I'm doing it wrong already, but and then we're like this one, and then we're like numbers equal to 0. The world should be and then whenever the button is pressed, we need an event that adds it. What are people saying? It was both. Awesome. Nothing else contradicting the current course of action. Are you done yet? Did you? No. Holy muffins. It just says still going. Oh, we're gonna make it. I want something really colorful. Colorful background of fun. Maybe like a sideways rainbow. Oh, is that gonna like distract the children from the learning? We don't care. Wait, we do care. We don't care. Hang on. Let's do this. Hey Zach, what's the CSS stack blitz? That's not stack blitz. I don't think it's code. It's It's on Chris Hoyer's site, right?
In the code pen.
Is it CodePen? CodePen, colorful alternating CSS background. Preferably add a slant. Sense of alternating background, 2 columns. Ooh, no, definitely not colorful enough. Thank you. Table with alternating rows, embedded, alternate row with CSS color, background colors, maybe that one. Oh my gosh, this is not at all it. Okay, it's definitely my searching. Colorful rainbow background CSS, that one. Gradient, ooh. No, I mean, that's really pretty. But, I mean, I was hoping for like color bars on a slant, which we could build ourselves. But again, we're trying to get something deployed like freaking today. Color changing rainbow background. Let's try that one. No, not color changing. Boop, boop, boop. Pen tags rainbow. Kind of like that, but with like harder bars and across the whole background. Let's just search CodePen rainbow background. Or maybe I should search for like multicolored background. I feel like I'm going to have to end up. I do have an account. Why, thank you. Thank you for knowing me and loving me. Oh, Visual Studio installer wants my password. Open. Oops. I will not yell out the rest of my password. It is random words generated by a password generator that I have to like memorize every 6 weeks. So annoying. None of these so far. I think we're going to end up having to make it. That's closer, but no. Hey, turtle. Hey, turtle. Ooh, that one's super sexy. And then like the number could be in the middle of that. Do you want to help me build a rainbow background real quick?
Oh, gosh.
No, you're busy.
With like color stops?
With like color stops? I don't know. It's like I'm imagining I was just imagining like, you know, empty spans or something.
No, you do it with one container and it's a gradient with color stops.
Oh, Turtle thinks we should do it with one container at the gradient with color stops. Let's look into that. Very animated gradients. Oh my god, let's pull that one up. That one looks nauseating. This is what we don't want to do. Yeah, but this though, I think let's turn off the before I pass out. How do I turn off the animation? Let's just delete the keyframe. It didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Keyframes background. I'm gonna delete all the keyframes. And say it stopped moving. So this is what I was talking about, was with the angles and then the different colors, which is like amazing. We're totally getting there. I don't know what you're talking about with color stops, Turtle, though, because this is like, this one's just uses background image and it has like a linear gradient. Is that what you mean by color stops?
Yeah,
Or you just like tell it exactly where to put it?
tell it exactly where you blend together or have hard lines between them.
Okay. He said you can have them blend together or have hard lines, which I want the hard lines, which is fine. We could also go with something like this, which is, that's pretty. And I feel like kids would like it. I haven't checked in on chat. Hi, chat. My eyes. I know. The animated. It was really honestly making me very, very, very nauseous. Okay, let's look at. We're 87%. Whenever it asked me for my password, I thought we were closer. Let's get something going on this. So container. I'm going to clean this up. Very animated gradients. So this will be a bug. Oh my god, I've got to duplicate this. How do I duplicate it? I do not remember. share, embed, export, fork. There it is. That teeny tiny, my mouse barely fits on it, is how you fork a pen. Okay, and then we want to change this to HTML. We don't need to, but we want to. Markdown, none. Yes, that's what I want. I want none. Okay. And this is I assume that's a div with a class in Pug. So we'll just go ahead and, although should it be a div? It's really the philosophical question of the day. Should this, whoa, that was not what I expected to happen when I hit that key. BG animation. So we'll say, really, we want to put the background animation on the HTML, right? Like if we change this to, instead of background animation, to HTML, oh my God, it won't let me highlight it. I'm just going to have to flip. Will that work? I actually don't know if we have access to that in CodePen. Okay, let's just do the class for now, and except for animation, because we do not want to animate this. So we're going to say the class of background. That's totally not going to be taken by any other namespace, right? That's definitely safe. And then inside the background, they had a very animated gradients container. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we're going to say, we'll have a section. Yeah, I feel good about having a section with a label and a label and a button. And the button just changes the label. Should it be like, probably shouldn't be it. Well, the label could belong to the section. Zach, do sections get labels? Like, and that's what the for belongs to? Like with the ARIA attributes?
ARIA labeled by?
ARIA labeled by, thank you. ARIA labeled by, and I think that matches the for. So we'll say our number, which yes, yeah, I'm just going with it, and we can just correct it whenever. And then we'll be like, so it's actually going to be the variable that's counting, and then button needs to have a plus and be sexier. We'll style you in a second. And section RLAY. Oh, this one needs to be connected to container. So instead of container, we're going to change it to section. And then we should get that sexy styling, which I like. I think that's a really pretty, I don't know, maybe I'm insane, but yeah, I think it's really pretty. Actually, I love it. I do want to make the lines chunkier, and I want to make the colors go from more than purple than just purple to green. But I need to see what we have time for today on this episode, because I only want to stream for like 15 more minutes, but I'm going to make a to-do list so that when I come on next week, we have a built application. And so if I don't get it, in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to clean up these styles, make the button pretty, make the button actually plus the number, right? The counting, the whole point of the application. And I'll generate the wrapper app. And then in the next episode, we can do, I'll make sure it's built, but we can just do the drag and drop bit, and then we can start filling out all of the Apple information and the Play Store for Google. Let me make a quick list. We're going to do it in reminders together. Not email. 99% hot dog. So we'll probably get to generate that today. What'd you say, babe? You slacked me? Let's check it out. You slacked me a gradient, because that's what good husbands do. Okay, let's plug it in. He's a trustworthy fellow. I was working in CodePen temporarily, so let's go find that. It's verifying Visual Studio. It's very exciting. So we're going to comment out. Okay, so we have the new Visual Studio, so we should be able to, before I get off, generate our new app. So we're using background image, and I don't think you're using.
You can just add dash image.
I know, but do I need to? I don't think I'll need to. Not at a slant, baby.
Change the 90 degrees to whatever degrees.
Change the 90 degrees. Can I do Command D in CodePen? Oh, it's only in one spot?
Only one.
Why is it only in one spot on linear gradient? I assumed it would be like on every freaking ribbon.
It's only one gradient.
It's only one gradient. Okay. Does anybody know what degree this is? Hang on. If this is 90, you think this is Fuel also said 45. Let's find out. You guys. Oh, I just got dizzy. 30. Fuel says 30. Let's close this, close that because we don't need it. That was still pretty. Yum. This one. Okay. Save what we have and go to 45. Yes. I think it's perfect, but the ribbons are too chunky, Zach. So I need to change the percentages to be smaller.
They're all equal, so
They're all equal. I don't know what you're saying.
add more color to be smaller.
Oh, I have to add more colors. We don't have red. Wait, do we have red? No, we don't have red. Red's the first one that's not on screen. Why isn't it on screen? Let's make the screen a different size. That one. We don't see red. Why don't we see red, husband? User error. It's so funny. Oh, that turtle guy. You can't take him anywhere. He doesn't. I see orange. I do not see red. And we barely see orange. We see like a smoke of orange, like of orange. Are you going to blame my browser? Because this is not my browser's fault.
Something's got to be covering it, or your background's positioned weird.
Oh, the background might be positioned weird. Yeah. You're totally right. We should definitely clean up the other styles we inherited. Okay, background size 200%. I don't know what that'll. Okay. I don't know why we're 200% on. Do we even need to specify background size? Oh my God, it's so much prettier without that. Turtle, this is beautiful. It's still too chunky, but it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Did you just whip up these RGBAs? Like, did you just know these colors? Tell us how you got here, Turtle. Okay, let's do that ourselves. CSS gradient.io, and then he built it with a color picker. Oh, yeah, because then it plugs in those bits. I have, Zach, is it color hexa, the one where you click and then save and then click and then save and then click and then save?
No.
It's not color hexa? I have it bookmarked. It's just I haven't really organized my bookmarks since importing, so that might be fun. Color. Other bookmarks? No. Yes, color. We're getting there. Hail pixel, is it? Hey, Slack thus, but it's right here, Turtle. We also found it. We are also useful people. Okay, let's pick some pretty colors. White always. Oh no. I have to go over here. So we got to get back to white. And then we want like a pretty salmon, because what rainbow doesn't have salmon? Come on. Yellow and a green and black. Oh no, I've ran out of colors. This is the ugliest rainbow I've ever made. Zach's rainbow is way better. We're going with Zach's rainbow, okay? I don't have time for this. I've got like 10 minutes, people. We are over here. I see dead colors. Oh, I like simple things that give good results. Speaking of gradients, a surprisingly pleasing color palette is generated. Ooh, I love that. Do you have that like bookmark somewhere, Fuel? Because I have like at one point I made I wonder if I can show that. We talked about doxing, so I should probably not. I have a card that I have like information, like my favorite like animation in CSS, and I've saved it because I did a lot of tweaking to it, and I never want to forget it. So like for things like that, do you just like save it in a file somewhere? Okay, what we're doing? Let's get our gradient, which we're just gonna ship for now. For now, we can always make our rainbow more sexy. Turtle, because you said redeploying to the App Store is as painful or is easier? What? It's easier? Okay. So like
Than the first time.
if we get this through and then we want to update the background, we can just be like make notes on like updating the background, rebuild it, and then redeploy, and then like what? You think it's like a couple days kind of thing? And then they'll be like, cool, approved.
A lot of times less than a day.
Oh, a lot of times less than a day. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, lit. So let's pull up. This is our Angular app, which shouldn't look like this anymore because there we go. I was like, we made changes to her, so she's not being served. Let's serve her. Indie serve, and then I need to get out of the code pen and get our let's get our styles going. And then we really should clean up our styles and not be like greedy gobblers who use all of the styles that were there. So we built our own markup, which is great. Did we clean this up? I don't know why there's a variable for background size or what they're using with it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy over everything and then we can clean it up in Visual Studio Code. VS Code, there you are. So we'll put you instead of these bits, we'll go below the H1. Oh no, Turtle, I don't think it's label. I think it's a header that sections are labeled by. Okay, we're gonna make to-dos for Alyssa.
It's not a label tag.
It's not a label tag. I think it's just an H1. I think it's a header. Fix aria labeled by. And I always do Alyssa to do because then I can just search through the app. And then we're going to go and plug in our CSS real quick. Where is this one? And then we're going to clean it up because we don't really want any CSS that we're not using or that we don't understand. Oh, is this Sass? Frick. It's okay. We'll just convert it. We'll be totally fine. Because I think the only thing they're using for Sass anyways is this. No, because this is a CSS variable. I don't know why they're using Sass. Just nesting? Are they nesting? I don't know. But I also, it's mad at me for commenting this out. Because the commenting out is different. They weren't using Sass at all. Okay, well, that's weird. I do have a extension that's plugging in these colors, which is really handy. Because like if we want to go ahead and add like additional color bands, it's gonna really aid in that process. So we have HTML body. We're setting the width and the height. Do we need to do that, Turtle, for this linear gradient? They're setting the width to 100%, the height to 100 view height.
That'll just give the body a size. The gradient will fill the body.
The gradient will fill the body. Well, why would we attach this to both? Oh, they were doing something fancy and weird actually with theirs. Here's what I want to do. And with their animation, they needed multiple layers. Let's comment out everything that I want to get rid of. And background, we're applying. Display grid. I think they're just doing, oh my gosh, the spacing though. We've got to go through and add spaces. Width, height, font size. Ooh, 3 rems. I don't really love rems, but it's fine. I'll live. Width, height. That's the old background. I'm gonna go ahead and delete it because I didn't love it. I love this one much more from Turtle. Background, this one, that one. No repeat. I don't know if we need to specify all of this. So they're specifying the size, the position, and the repeat of the background, but I don't. Do we need to do that?
Do background size cover.
Do background size cover the others? Okay. Let's try that. So what's the difference between background size 100% and a background size cover?
Cover will scale the background to always fill the container.
Cover scales the background to always fill the container. Okay. Whereas 100% seems like it's doing the same thing.
I don't think 100% would do anything because it says just be the size that you are.
Yeah. He said, Turtle says he doesn't think 100% would do anything because it's just saying be the size that you are. Okay, let's see what mess we've created, shall we? Where's Arc? This one. Excellent. We have bugs. That's always what I love to see. Hi. It's going really well. How are you? My contacts just went really blurry. I was like trying to read the tiny print in the chat and I was like, oh God, I'm getting old. It's going really well. We are about to wrap up today's stream, but we are getting a Learn to Count pre-K app deployed to the App Store. And I think we hopefully next week can have something deployed to the App Store and then we can like work on iterations and like how that process works. Okay, so we need to fix the header's not in the section. So I'm not like thrown that that's not working. But I wanted, instead of actually having this applied to a div, I want it to be applied to the HTML or the body or something like very rooty. So let's get rid of that. Let's steal this background. And honestly, I feel like this is a lot of styling just to get centered. Because like, for instance, if we got rid of all of this and just maybe did text align center, I feel like we'd be in the same, maybe even all of this. Here, let's just try it. And then we can always regret our decisions and take them back, right? So let's comment those out and say text align center, and we'll just see where we're at. And then maybe we don't need the grid. Not that I'm against the grid, I just not for that. A shift tab over tab, yes, save. Now we're going to go to our root CSS styles.scss for our global styles. And we're going to fix the tabbing. Why are we tabbing so deep? Okay, we'll have to fix that. It's probably is that in the JSON? Who sets the tab depth? Because good God, we'll figure that out in a second. It might be in settings. It's too much tabbing. We need to, instead of putting this on background, we need to see if we can just do it to body or something. Turtle, is there something wrong with putting styles like this on HTML versus body? Like, I feel like semantically body makes more sense because it's like a living, breathing thing, whereas like HTML is just like this entity that's like there, but like you shouldn't probably style it. Where are you thinking?
Yeah, you can do body.
You do body?
All the HTML should be in the body. So.
Because what? All HTML
of the site should be in the body.
Should be in the body. Yeah, that's true. Can you imagine if you had some noodles hanging outside of your body? That'd be weird. Where's my arc? Okay. It's working. This is no longer centered as beautifully. Makes sense because we got rid of the grid. I still don't think I would use grid though. I think I would use flex. Don't you hate it when your vision prescription runs out? There's this TikTok about people who like just get good vision for free because like their eyesight, like they don't have to pay for their eyesight. Like people who have contacts or glasses have to. And it was just really funny about how I have to pay for the common gift of viewing the world. It's hilarious. So totally true. Okay, let's go back here and this one. Let's see if we can do this in fewer lines. So display flex, and we can say not actually fewer lines. I will go back and use the grid column and then justify content center. Will that work? Do I need to do? There's other ways of. Nope. And their way was like, it's fine. I'm fine with doing their way. Let's just use the grid. However, that's pretty darn gappy. Why are we so gappy? You know what? I've actually never used Arcs Inspector. Are you all ready? I've never seen it. Like, I have literally zero idea for what it looks like. Like, there could be a unicorn. Let's find out. Okay. So far, it looks a lot like Chrome's Inspector. Maybe less cluttered. Let's make it bigger. So what we're debugging is the space between the 0 and the plus. And I really freaking hate. Should we use a grid for this? It doesn't feel like something we should use a grid for. I'm just gonna go and use. Listen to my heart. Just the content center. If we save this, go back, refresh. I think there's one more. Hey babe, other than justify content, what's the other one? Align items. Center, save, verb. Do we even need justify? Hang on, let's go and disable it for this right here. We don't. I just had the wrong one. Cool. And then we don't have the gapping space, and I don't have to worry about gritty bits because I just don't love gritty bits. Learn to count, I feel like, should be part of this flexi bit though. So maybe not just section should have this. Maybe we move all of this to. Should I move all of this to global styles? You all can yell at me if this is the wrong move. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Why not just put everything on our body? Because it's all broken and awful. That's why. Let me think. Let's go back, put that on section. But our header should be in the section and is probably the thing that matches up to ARIA labeled by. I think. I'm just gonna like Google it really fast and find the browser first. Here. ARIA labeled by, I think it's just by whatever header is inside of it for a section specifically. Can't even spell like at all. Valuable section provides a way to associate a section with text. So any text. What is the difference between our label? Label by, nope, not what I want. This one, maybe this one. Like, yeah, we could see like a demo chunk of code, and that too would also get us to where we're trying to go. Label by tac. Span is tac. So any chunk. This one has. There's no labeled by in that. This button is ARIA label blue. Weird. But we're only interested in labeled by. Oops, I didn't separate that with a dash. I definitely need to go back and do that. Okay. Let's do it. I think it's any text, which in this case, where's Visual Studio? I don't know. There she is. There she is. So I did that totally wrong. Labeled by number, but it's not labeled by number. It's labeled by the counting header. I don't know, you guys. That's totally legit. Okay. Which is a class, or is it a 4? I think it's a 4. Hold. We're going to go back up to that first example that was span. Oh, it's an ID. Yeah, it makes sense because it can only be matching to one thing, and that's a unique identifier. Okay. So learn to count is now labeling this section and should all be tabbed the same. So I fixed the label by, so we can get rid of that to do. This label probably shouldn't be a label. Hey, Zach, if I have an integer on the screen and it's like incrementing by 1 every time I press the button, what should that number be? A paragraph, an input, a label, a div? I personally think we should go for...
It's like the main thing on the screen, right?
It is the main thing on the screen.
H1.
Why already have an H1 and it says learn to count exclamation point? It's what's labeling the section. The number that is counting isn't labeling the section. That wouldn't make any sense. Wrap it in an I tag, which is not, doesn't mean integer, but we're going to say it means integer. I gotcha. I for integer. I like it because I have no other ideas. Chat can definitely correct me on this one. Which we need to, okay, I need to close chat. No, chat's awesome. We don't want them to kick rocks. I had the privilege of spending $1,000 on a pair of glasses recently. Yeah, fuel. I feel you. I brought in my glasses and they were like, because my vision changes literally every 6 months. And I brought them in and I was like, hey, I just bought these 6 months ago at a different place. How much would it be for you to put in my new prescription that I just got from you guys? And they like priced it up and it was gonna be like $450, I think. Just like I already owned the frames. Given I have like big glasses, so like it's a big chunk of glass, but it was a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh, just to update the different browsers could have default padding and margin for body tag. Ooh, yes, I actually probably should clear out that. Hey Turtle, what kind of default scraping do you do for your browsers? Do you,
Like resetting the default.
yeah, do you use like Eric Meyer's reset or what do you don't? Do you use any resets?
I give everything 0 margin and padding and line height of 1 and box size and border box.
Can you send it to me, Turtle? Like, do you have like a code pen or something that has your defaults in it? Turtle, we want to see. Come on. Like, don't keep the people waiting. Also, why is this not centered? I freaking thought we fixed that. All right. We got stuff to debug. Progressive, I think it's called. Oh, they I was in Florida. This was like 10 years ago. And I was in my 20s and they were like, oh, like the eye doctor was like, you need progressive lenses because my vision's so bad in both distance and up close. And he was like, so they wanted to give me, I've had progressive contact lenses. So where actually like the outer rim of the contact is a different prescription than the inner rim. And you're supposed to like use like your periph versus your center sight for different distances. And I like literally, it was way too complicated. Like I could not get used to them. And the same goes for the glasses with the progressive lenses. I'm like not talented enough. They were like, well, you can also put reading glasses on top of your contacts if it gets bad enough. So that's where we're currently at. I have, let me show you my Warby Parker. I have my contacts in because I'm legally blind without my contacts. And these are my readers that I'm supposed to be wearing at the computer. But it's just like so much effort. Squinting also works. Progressive lenses, the future proof and best practice for your website. I love all the puns. Oh my God, I haven't given you guys any puns today. Okay, I promise we're going to get back on track. Oh, you slacked me? Oh, beautiful. Okay, first a pun, then Zach Slack, then we'll clean up the CSS, and then we'll close out today's stream because you all have been beautiful, and I know we're going over. Paper. I have a list of jokes, so I've got really good ones. Okay. I don't think I've done that one. What letter becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? I'm gonna let chat get it because I know they can. Also, I'm gonna debug this header because it's driving me crazy. H1, you're inside the section. Short. Funny, right? Ooh, okay. All right, we're gonna check because we want to have good defaults. So let's check what turtle slacks me. Because I honestly literally just go here and I'm like, yeah, reset, reset. And it's like the oldest reset of all time. And I just use it. And it's like that long. And it's like, and I just throw it in my projects. And that's just what I've always done. For personal projects, most work projects already have a reset in place of some sort or a library or something. Oh, here's Turtle's reset. Oh my God, Turtle. I just got a content idea that I'm going to add. Add a website or no, make a website. Make a website. Maybe we could do my first .NET website, ASP.NET website. I don't think you would like, can you do a static website in ASP.NET? Like, I guess you could, but like, back to that episode on should you make a website for turtles and like, I want to style it just like Eric Myers because oh my God, who doesn't love that websites? Here it says reset. It's so dainty, Turtle. It's so dainty. We're going to throw it into our global styles since it has everything. We're going to delete this. You can do your global styles here because pretty sure we all get the idea. So Turtle sets everything to margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box, which we should definitely sign the petition to make the web default to border box, but that's for another day. Another stream. Font weight normal. Really? Font weight gives you issues in places?
I want headings to just chill.
Turtle wants headings to just chill. Now that should be a life mantra. Line height of 1 and text decoration none. I feel you on the text decoration. Okay. I love it. Forever shall it be. Can you add that to 1Password? I can't. Okay. I'm going to. It changes? He said, no, I can't add it to 1Password. It changes. It can't change. Eric Myers is like the same for the last 10 years.
Yeah, so like if I'm getting fancy, I'll do like, focus states and
Oh, if he's fancy, he does focus states as a reset. Okay, turtles, simple, just for now. Reset. Okay. Where am I looking? This is where I'm looking. Okay. I hacked this gradient while listening to your stream. Ooh, I love it. Let's do it. After my grandfather's passing, I inherited his backgammon set that was once owned by AI. Oh, that's not AI. Sorry, Al Capone. That makes more sense than AI Capone, which now gives me an idea for making an AI bot named AI Capone. Anyways, turns out I spent most of my life living with a gangster's pair of ties. That's so random. I love that. When I put on the little hospital gown, I knew the end was in sight. So what? Are you guys making dad jokes that I'm not getting? AI Capone. Yeah. Al Capone or AI Capone? Oh, how do you spell Capone? Oh, I was gonna pull up the shader. You guys are so distracting. Oh no, I have Twitch open. We don't have to do the weird screenshotting business. I don't know why I go to Count Dracula. Ooh. What is this website? I've never heard of Shader Toy. Zach, have you heard of Shader Toy? Me neither. Learning something new every day. Oh, what is this language? What am I looking at? Float, void. What am I looking at? Is hang on. It's got vectors and floats. The chat's not telling me what it is. I don't know what that is. It's called a fragment shader. It takes the pixel coordinate and produces color. Wow, that is so cool. I'm definitely going to dive more into that. That is really neat. I've never, ever heard of that, a fragment shader. So it just works on the web? because it's super funky. Okay. We need to wrap very soon, but I'm going to make a to-do list of things that I want to do before I'm on the stream next. So I'm going to center align the header. I don't know why it's not. I'm going to actually, we can go and generate our new component together, or our wrapper guy together since it's finished installing while we are on stream. So we're going to go and select .NET. Do you think previews now? I was hoping to do it on 8 preview. This is the official project name that will show in the App Store. So we're actually going to not put things like wrapper or demo or JavaScript or .NET. We're just gonna like pre-K counting. And we don't want projects because, like I said earlier in the stream, I like to couple it together with the actual JavaScript application that I'm putting into it. So we're going to go into totally not a demo, and we're going to generate it there. I do use Git. Sure, you can put it in a subfolder. I care not. So that's generated. Excellent. Yes, you can create a canvas and put it into WebGL. Oh, WebGL. There's a lot of JavaScript libraries that help you with that. Fuel, you like took like gradients in the browser and like took them to like 10. Like so hard. Why does it have to be so hard? Okay. Where's my, so I generated that app. We're going to go back to this. It's my to-do list. Alyssa to do. Okay. Center align the header, and we're going to make the plus button work. Make plus button work. We really want to keep it hella simple. So after that, we're just going to double check mobile styles. Because this is really only for, we can deploy it on Netlify for funsies, but this is like really only for the mobile store. So like, please have good mobile styles. And then I think we can go ahead and bundle it and shove it into the MAUI-Blazor app. Okay, so I'm going to do these bits, and then I might even attempt to deploy on the App Store, because either we're going to get flagged for something that I've never gotten flagged for, so I didn't know to look out for it, or it'll go through and then we'll have like something live by the next week this time. I think a week is fair enough. Don't you think, Turtle? A week is a fair enough amount of time if I deployed it this afternoon or sent it in to be deployed this afternoon? Yeah. Okay. So we'll see if I can have something live to show you on the App Store next week, or if we have something to debug, if we've gotten some feedback from them, because we always have the Play Store to work on next as well. But I can always show you those screens. It's really just taking a bunch of screenshots and filling out a bunch of auth credential bits on the Apple website. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm going to go work on this a little bit more this afternoon before getting my baby for hockey practice. But you all are amazing. I love you all. You're beautiful. Mwah. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next Tuesday. Hopefully I have something in the App Store to show you. But if not, we'll debug it together.